sweet shop, and I made a quick cracker pack that you can watch on our YouTube channel. That was pretty fun. Today, though, what we're doing is, for the first time, we're gonna go away from the Shadows over Innistrad theme, because I have a couple of ideas that I want to make today, and they're pretty simple designs, as you will be able to see just about now. So, first, which one is going to be the first? I think the first is going to be the one that I master the most, that I know exactly what I'm going to do with. So, it is going to be a land, spoil, there. And check this out. It's going to say sacrifice this face, and to put some more suspense, I'm gonna go fetch Evolving Worlds. Go fetch Evolving Worlds. I'm gonna grab this guy. Troop. So, what's going on here? What is going on indeed? How about pay 2 life? What the hell? How about it's not even a, well, no, it's probably gonna be a rare. And what's going on? What's going on here is an evolving wild that you have to pay 2 life to sacrifice. This is stupid. Except, mind blown. So, yeah, why not? You tap, sack, pay 2 life. Let me check very quickly. Wind, swept. Those words are so complicated. Pay 2 life, sacrifice. I just cannot seem to remember the template for those things. Okay, so this is what's happening. So you get here a land that can fetch any type of color, except, you know, it doesn't do the go fetch anything trick. Like, you know, like a windswept teeth, you can go fetch any dual land that is actually of the types. This one is not going to be able to do that, which is definitely a clear downside. It does the same thing as those guys in that it gets the land untapped, which is pretty cool. But this guy is only searches basic, and they're untapped, and they can be any color, and that costs you 2 life instead of 1. My estimate, my rough estimate, is it's good, but it's not. I mean, it's fine to good, but it's more in the realm of mana confluence, I think. And I'm not a let's say standard or modern expert, though I would assume this is better for standard than for modern. But I think the added value of going to fetch any color and being on tap at the same time for a flat rate of 2 life is fine, but not fantastic in the sense that you need to have a bunch of basics in your library, in your deck. Especially since if you want to make this do a bunch of colors, you're gonna need to have a bunch of basics of several different types. I think it could exist. I think worst case scenario, this is gonna be a land that's gonna be either commandery, either not played because I messed up, or either if that's all there is in standard, then maybe some people play it, maybe some people don't. I don't think Mana Confluence was played a ton. It was played a fair bunch, I would say, is my estimate, but not actually a ton. And this is, I don't know, arguably worse, I guess. Possibly worse. Oh yeah, I have something pretty cool. What I have is an illustration over here. I think I'm gonna zoom on that thing. It's not the best angle, is it? I don't really want to vote. I wonder. Huh. Here's temp the design. Let's do this. I like this. Okay. I kind of like. I had an idea for this name. I like that. Singularity. There's some kind of weird stuff that's going on there, and something's gonna pop. It's gonna be a land of any type of sort. I think it's cool. I like it. Um, yeah, nothing much to say. I mean, it's the hybrid, uh, multicolor land of a fetch land and a evolving wild, um, which is cool. Which is cool. I think it deserves existing. Uh, I like I said, I have only my own personal estimates of how good it might be. So I like it. I think it's fun. Um, that's all I have to say about it. I think we can move on to the next one. Next one is, do I seriously not have blue stuff in here? Wow. I used to do it like when I started this blog and this series. I used to have a ton of blue. It was like last year, maybe the year before. I had a ton of blue. Anyways, don't matter. So I'm gonna make this blue. Um, how am I gonna show you this? This is gonna be a creature. Um, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I think I want this to have defender. Yeah, I want this to have defender. And whenever, what's his face, he's dealt damage, put a, I'm a lazy person. There's things that are pretty easy, but I just don't learn them. And one of those is the order of color, type, width, flying, etc., etc., etc. So I don't learn that, and I just copy it, and I am correct. You don't need to know things; you need just to know where the information is. Sometimes. So, is dealt damage? Put a 1/1 blue creature. Really? Blue? Oh my god! It's because I wanted to say bird, so I got confused. Put a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Boom. So what I want from this is to be, I think, something like an 04. And honestly, I've done a little bit of thinking about the power level of that thing, and I think I want it here, and I think I want it there. So I'm gonna also show you creature. Wall, I suppose. I don't know if oh no, it's a subtype of. I'm going to show you an illustration that is beautiful, and that is here. You might have seen it actually when I was loading the other one. I kind of wanted this to be a flock, bunch of birds. That was my original idea, but I gotta say this is gorgeous, and this is what I found when I was looking for flocks, and I think they'll do the trick. Couple birds. I kind of need the birds on the side, do I? Well, the angle is not as good. I guess you get that there is birds if you look closely. It's not the best. So yeah. So power level first. This can be very annoying. Isn't it? Usually, when you get walls that are 0 something, people go, oh yeah, well, it blocks fine. Oh, actually, I think I wanted a 0.5. People go, this thing is fine, but it only blocks and it doesn't deter your opponent from attacking. And if your opponent only like has two 2/2s, then it just attacks it with the both and it hits you for 2 every time. It doesn't kill anything. It's lame. Which sometimes is a valid argument. Um, this guy, if you keep running into it, you're gonna make a bunch of birds, and that would suck for you. Um, there is uh, there is a weird tension in this design in the sense of making arbitrarily large number of birds is extremely powerful. So you need to balance this out by nerfing the creature, nerfing the card to the point where it's basically kind of boring. And I think it is just about it's close to being a bad thing to do in a design, in the sense where it's putting so much tension on it that um, it's gonna either be powerful or you're gonna work around it in the sense where it's not gonna do anything. So either it's not gonna do anything or it's gonna be too good. And the flip side of that is if you don't want it to be too good, you you work around it and you make it crap. So you don't really attack. That being said, you cannot just decide to not attack at all whatsoever. Otherwise, it would be a very, very, very good thing. So I think it's still pretty interesting. Your opponent is going to be like, oh, what should I do? It's going to maybe not attack for a couple turns. It's going to actually be very good against the decks that will have, a 2/2, another 2/2, and a 3/3. They won't want to attack into your wall to get. Maybe they won't. That's the thing. You can raise that thing because the first time around you block something, you make 1/1/1. It's yeah. I might actually have. I don't know. I'm thinking. There's so much tension in this design. Now I'm thinking maybe I overestimated the power of making birds. Um, maybe it's not fast enough. Maybe when you need to attack into it 2, 3, 4 times before it has made enough bird that it actually does anything, then you could. That means you already attacked 3 times into it, so maybe it's not that great. Maybe you could already like race it pretty efficiently. But I'm saying one thing and the opposite every second sentence. Um, so what I did to make sure it wasn't too crazy is I made it a high drop, which I thought would need to be balanced by. Originally, I wanted this to be a 0/4, and like it could have been cheaper. Honestly, the first time I thought about any of this design, I thought of something like this. I thought of a 1/4 flyer. And I think this is rough. This is really rough because this can do damage on its own. This can attack. This means I'm gonna ping you for one in the air all the time, and you cannot even block it really because otherwise I'm gonna start making a bunch of flyer birds. Um, I think honestly, as it is right there, it would be so much more fun of a design. But I would need to playtest this to tell you it's not completely busted, and I think he just might be. Even though it's bloody 1/4. It could be for a different price, I have no idea. Um, like I don't really know. And I don't actually have time for playtesting. Um, and I think this is kind of fun too. And also, I think one of the things that made me go all the way to the Defender 05 is that I didn't find a picture for it. Because as a flyer, I definitely want this to be a flock of birds. Um, yeah, I mean, I think as it is, I thought the ability of making a bunch of birds is very, very powerful. Maybe when you need to wait until mana 5, it is not that great. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's fine. There is a world where I overestimated the make bird ability, and this can be a 0/4, 0/5 for 4, but I don't really think so. Um, Man, I guess in 45 Rampart is what? Um, an 05 for 2 or an 06 for 2? It's an 06 for 2. It's disgusting. Um, so yeah, I mean, I quite obviously put a very high price. Oh, I lost my window over here. That sucks. Oh no, I didn't. I definitely put a very high price on making birds, right? Because I just took a toughness down of this guy and I made the cost 3 more. Um, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, maybe there is a word where this costs 3, but the thing is, I'm obviously thinking limited as per usual, and honestly, having something that blocks very efficiently and starts pumping out birds if you dare attack at mana 4, I don't love the idea. I think that might be pretty annoying. Um, it's hard. I've been I've felt like I was too conservative pretty often with my limited designs, and I've been impressed very often by the kind of stuff that wizards make for limited. Things like Seed Guardian. Seed Guardian is insane. Like if I saw that in a custom Magic forum or everything, I would be like, "Are you crazy? Do you see the value you're putting in there?" In case you don't know, Seed Guardian. Ugh. Um, Seed Guardian for 4, you get yourself a 3/4 reach, which I love already. And when it dies, you put an XX, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard, so you could be gaining a 4/4 when it dies. I mean, that might be your best case scenario, but still, like you could be getting a 2/2. You could even getting a bloody 1/1 would be a 3/4 reach for 4 with a 1/1. It's crazy. So I might very well be underestimating what I can do. That being said, oh man, now I kind of want to push the envelope. um, well, let's see. Um, let's say I have power 0. I have CMC 4 more. Let's say that I'm blue. And let's keep at that. It's gonna be a lot, is it? Yeah. So let's do toughness superior, no, power superior to 0, and then let's do colors only blue. I'm sorry, what? No way. Converted mana cost superior or equal to 4. Power is 0. Toughness superior greater than 0. Get a bunch of random wizards. We get something from Mirage. I'm gonna look at that. Mnemonic Wall 04, get an instant. Which actually is kind of close to what we're doing right there. Getting an instant or slowly pumping birds because it's slowly and on your opponent's dime is possibly of the same power level. 04 with flash and a crappy-ish spell tack onto it. It's kind of fun. I never really played Magic Origins. This sounds like a card that I would have tried to make work. I think I might. No, I missed the pre-release for this too, I think. Not a ton of them, is there? Return it to honest end. What the hell is this crap? Ugh. Really? An 06 that goes back to your hand when it blocks. Ugh. That is awful. I wonder if there's mechanics I don't know about Ravnica that makes it better. Anyways, this one is kind of fun. Yeah, it's pretty dead, huh? It doesn't really exist. That being said, I said 4 more, so not even 4 exist, which is, yeah, kind of crazy. What is this guy? When Floodgate has flying sacrifice it, when Floodgate leaves the battlefield, it deals damage equal to half the number of islands you control, run it down to each number creature without flying. So flavor and so narrow, so flavorful. It's kind of funny. So you could do a half of your islands to each non-creature with flying. That could do a little bit of damage, not even that much. And this guy is very fun. A 0/5 flyer for 5 that can get up to, I suppose, a 4/1. It's not fantastic either, I guess. 4/1 can be a 3/2 for 3. I guess it's alright. Cool. So yeah, breaking ground. It's surprising how many times I do stuff. I mean, it's not that often, but a couple times I've been doing things that I haven't been done at all, like, or very rarely. When I look at, from the dozen thousand cards, you would imagine that maybe something that's an OX for 4 more happens very often, and it doesn't really. Especially if you start counting only the ones that are really doing exactly what I do. They're like this 06 that goes back to your hand. That's basically somebody having fun. This guy, let's say, and this guy, and the mnemonic wall, and that's close to it, and maybe the floodgate. So it's hard to tell. I'm gonna still keep it at 5, and that's just the way it is. I don't want this to be a pain in the ass 4-drop that blocks just about everything and start pumping out flyers, even though, again, you would need to start racing with those flyers. But I mean, I'm assuming you're playing other cards, so really, I think it should be doing some work. Voila. That's what I have to say about this. This is not technically quite a wall. Oh yeah, I wanted to say quickly about the flavor that Tories or something from Kamigawa. I'll probably look for places in Kamigawa. Actually, Castle. I don't know what was that called. Castle. Oh no. I'm thinking I might as well do something that's Kamigawa flavored. Kamigawa. Let's say type legendary color. I don't want to do blue. I could do blue, or I could do land to go fetch the legendary blue land, but is there names over there? Soratami. Soratami is the moonfolk, isn't it? Hizoka, Higure, Honden. I probably, as per usual, didn't finish my thought, but what I was gonna say is Tories are something that exist in Kamigawa. They are actually the symbol of what is that? Champions. But I was looking and there is no type or even the word Torii in cards very much at all. Student of Element, Azami's familiar, Jushi's apprentice. It's not very important. Just gonna check quickly for the. Oh, what am I doing this? Let's do it again. Kamigawa. I'm just gonna do lands. Don't even need to do legendary because everything is legendary in Kamigawa. Just gonna need to skip over the basic lands. And when I say everything. I do mean everything. Every single thing is legendary in Kamigawa. Come on. Anyways, when this loads, we will maybe know what name I'm gonna give to this beautiful gate over here. Otherwise, I think it's been fun. It was, oh, there you go, Boseiju. I wanted to see Minamo. Is that? No, Minamo, Mikokoro, Oboro. Okay. And then this untaps legendary permanence. Minamo school at Water's Edge. And this is Oboro Palace in the cloud. So if I want to be consistent, this is in the cloud, there's no water. I'd rather do something over there that's in some kind of weird flying water. So I'll probably be do something. I don't know. There is no. This is, I reckon that it's a very original way of naming a card. I don't know. That could, like, this is also breaking ground in terms of names. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that really matters. Let me nitpick about this offline. You will see the design. You will see the design tomorrow in the article that